Hey, good morning. It's Tuesday, May 4th, and I am doing my daily journal while I'm out on a walk. Hopefully this having my hoodie up will reduce the noise. We shall see. Anyway, hope you're doing well today. I am. Got up bright and early this morning. Have had a very productive morning thus far. I got up. I finished a book on it's a like teaching you how to pray book, with a certain purpose. And so I think it was a 12 chapter book. And when I got to chapter 10, I don't know, I just kind of got disinterested in it. But I got up this morning and I said, hey, being true to my intentions means that I need to finish what it is that I start. And I said that I was going to pray every day, I was going to do Bible study every day, and I was going to read something that was faith-based, Bible-based, that's educational, at least a chapter every day. So I hadn't been true to that since I set that book down, and so I intentionally picked it up today, and I just finished the rest of the book. So I feel accomplished there. And it was a book on prayer, so it had prayer incorporated into it, so I was able to check off 2 boxes. Then I'm reading 1 chapter a day of the Bible. I'm reading Hebrews now, and of course I always start off with the word of the day from the Bible app that I have. So I read that first, and then I go into the chapter that I'm reading, and then I get started with my exercise, if I have enough time. So I actually had to clean out the refrigerator today, take out the garbage, do some laundry. But I did yoga today. I practiced also, got back to practicing my headstand. If you can do a headstand well, that means that you have kind of mastered your core strength, from here to here. And I'm getting stronger. I'm not consistently strong in my core. And so headstands, I haven't perfected the handstands where I could just do it consistently, and it's a good ascension immediately, and I can't necessarily always hold it very long. So I practiced that today, getting a little better, but also went and did inversions in my feet up trainer, because that's really it gets the blood flowing, and it's a good for core strengthening as well. It's like an upside down ab workout. So I enjoyed that. And then I did day 4 of yoga with Adriene's revolution practice. And that was kind of on the floor work for hips and your core strength as well, helping to tone arms and things like that. So I enjoyed it. And then I decided I would get out and go walking. And just a little bit into my walk, I was like, you know what? Why don't I go ahead and jog? I don't have that much time, and I could probably go further faster if I, do some jogging in the beginning. So I jogged 2 miles, and then I walked. And so I'm on my way home now. I should be home shortly. And I think I should be at 6 miles by the time I get home. No, I'm already there. I'm at 6 miles, 6.3 miles. And I've been out here for an hour and 40 minutes. It's 9:08. Got 22 minutes before my first meeting. Hopefully I'll be back home in about 5 minutes. Yesterday I went to the doctor for the first time since the pandemic. I think the last time I went to the doctor was sometime in 2019. And, with the whole COVID-19 and, not wanting to be around people and, put myself at risk. Nothing's been wrong with me, but I haven't been to the doctor, so I have, I put off doing my, preventative health screening. So I was happy that I did that yesterday, and she's like, I want you to do some blood work. And so one of the tests that she wanted to do was an A1C that checks your blood sugar levels, over like a 90-day period. And so I just got the results back on that. That's that test that tells you whether or not you have diabetes or not. And while I was not at all nervous about it, because I've always been, even when I was super heavy, I've always been very healthy on paper. So I don't have high blood pressure, I don't have high cholesterol, I don't have I don't have anything that's wrong with me. All my stuff is good, always. And even when I was like really heavy and I felt like my blood pressure for me was getting high, I think the highest that it ever got to was like maybe 130 over 80, which is not bad, actually. But anyway, got this test back today, and it said that my A1C was 5.7. And, there's a scale. When you look at these tests, there's, kind of like an area that's green, and you're either going to fall under the green or over the green. And so I think the high side of green is 5.6, and I was 5.7. And when I looked up what that meant, it says that, from 5.7 to 6.4 suggests that you are, at a greater risk for developing diabetes in your future. If you're at 6.5, you are diabetic. So while 5.7 is all the way, at the bottom of that risky range, that's enough for me to pay close attention to it, because I'm not, well, let me say this. I don't know if this is a result of, it is. It's a result of institutional racism that Black people in the United States are at much higher risk and have a greater propensity to develop, these, or to have these comorbidities like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and those comorbidities put you at greater risk for developing strokes, for having kidney failure, and doing other damage to your various organs, and just being at greater risk of dying, period. because, well, let me not say why, but we're at greater risk. And it really comes down to, what kind of lifestyle do we live? Do we have active lifestyles where we're getting out and we're doing a lot of exercise, or do we have sedentary lives? What kind of food are we eating? Are we eating high quality food, or that is rich in nutrients and what do you call it, that have where the caloric intake is it's kind of like, there's good calories and there's bad calories. And so, are you eating processed foods? Are you eating fresh foods? And are you eating out a lot, at fast food restaurants? Or, are you making your meals at home? Are you frying food? Are you baking food? So, what it comes down to is that these things that we do, these choices that we make and the types of food we eat, how we cook our food, how much sugar we're eating, whether or not we're eating, taking in all those poisons from processed foods, it really just puts us at risk. But all these things, all these comorbidities that our people are plagued with, my people are plagued with, they are completely preventable. We just need to educate ourselves and develop, a different set of habits to make different choices. So for me, when I saw that this thing came in at 5.7, I was like, hey, I thought I was doing good. I know that there's some not that great food choices that I make, and I had set an intention this year to, try to get away from, these, I'm going to call them food addictions these bad choice food addictions that I developed at a very young age, like eating chips and cookies and, wanting to eat out or to having a sweet tooth and liking to eat candy and stuff like that. And so, I had made an intention not to eat candy, not to eat chips, not to eat cookies. And periodically, I don't do a good job keeping up with that. And as a matter of fact, I haven't been guilty in 2021 of eating any candy, but I have been guilty of eating a few cookies, and I've definitely been guilty of eating a lot of chips. And haven't eaten out that much, so for the most part I'm doing good. But I'm going to tell you, when that thing came up and it said 5.7 and it said, hey, this suggests that you have an increased risk for developing diabetes, let me tell you right now, I don't want diabetes. My mother has diabetes, my father has diabetes. I haven't seen my mother dealing with it, but they got to get up, they got to prick their fingers and get their sugar reading every day. And, depending upon what it says, they're like injecting, insulin into their stomach, giving themselves shots and stuff like that. Do I want to do that? No, I absolutely do not. Do I want my body falling apart as a result of that? No, I would just rather make good choices now, so that I prevent me from having to deal with that in later life. It's completely preventable. It's, even if you have it, it's completely manageable by, diet and exercise. And even if you get it, you can overcome it by good diet and exercise. And so while I am 53 today, I'm going to make good choices now. Like, I know what it is that I need to do, And that right there is just another encouragement for me to stick to my guns and be true to myself and be true to these intentions that I set for myself. So you heard it here today. Feel free to hold me accountable. Thanks for listening. It is, what time is it? It is 9:17, and I gotta get to work. See you later.